It's a Lewis Carroll evening. As I look into his eyes, I can tell almost everything about him, more than he wants anyone to know, and even more than he knows himself. His name is Demption. R.E. Demption. When asked what his initials stand for, he'll reply, "I'll tell you sometime," but he never will. He's a white male, late teens, dirty blonde hair, which is clean most of the time. His body is slightly built, but tall and lanky. His clothes are not name brand, they're all he can afford. He wants to look like the other kids at school with their $50 shirts and their expensive pants, but he doesn't want to conform. Large bags hang under his sullen eyes. You can tell they have seen sights that he wants to forget but never will. His hands are baby smooth but also seem worn and tired. His mouth is soft and pouty, as if it were meant to be full of sweet comments, but all that ever comes out are words meant to harm. He is greatly educated, but he doesn't find education that great. He has had enough, but they, whoever they are, don't seem to think he's had enough to survive. He has money, but spends it unwisely. It is spent on things he feels he needs, but serve no real purpose, but just to have. Born into a low-income, proud-to-be white trash family, he moved to the suburbs to try and fit in with society. On the outside, he seems the same, but inside he's different than the whole bunch. He likes to visit places that instigate memories. He loves to reminisce. He hates visiting places that instigate memories because they make him reminisce. Reminisce about the past, a childhood of pain and torment, and just all around bad situations. Ironically, he hates places he loves. He loves to write. He finds salvation through the flow of ink. His smooth, tired hands help him vent his frustration and anger, but not enough. Religion doesn't matter to him. God does not exist in his eyes, and if he ever thought that God did exist, then he must be dead now. His rationale on that comes from the basis that if God were real or alive, then why would he let people suffer like he does? He trusts in the government, but not fully. He finds some things they condone wrong, but as a whole they are all right. He believes that the government is not corrupt, but there is corruption in the government. He has ambitions, mainly to make a difference, somehow. He has secret desires, but they are so secret that he doesn't know. Death is not something he fears, except he fears dying without knowing love, dying unimportant, and dying alone. Overall, he is the sweetest guy you can meet, but in most situations he finds himself in, he has to be a bad motherfucker, or at least act like one. His flaws greatly outnumber his good points. The main flaw he has is that he's too attached to the past, and he looks towards the future with cautious eyes. One of his strengths is that he can listen intently, and he has enough manners to look you in the eye. This whole time that I've been looking at him, he's not broken eye contact, which is probably because I'm looking in a mirror. His name isn't our redemption, but that is something he seeks.